Alrighty, welcome to the quarterfinals of Division B. This is the last match of the quarterfinals. This is between Runamok and Ready Button. And I'm looking forward to an exciting quarterfinals. We've had a 2-0 and a 2-1 so far. So far in the previous quarterfinal matches for Division B, so I'm excited to see how this one rolls out. This is the 2-seed Ready Button versus the 7-seed Runamok. So Runamok at a little bit of a expected disadvantage, but I'm looking for them to put up a strong performance and give Ready Button a run for their money and see if they can take the games. So, recapping the coin toss, Runamok chose incorrectly, so Ready Button got the choice. Ready Button banned Dragonshire. Runamok banned Sky Temple, also known as Tomb of Anubis. The Crypt of Anubis, I forget what the Overwatch map is. And Ready Button chose first pick. Runamok then chose Tomb of the Spider Queen, and here we are in the draft. So, taking a look at the draft so far, we have Malthael banned out for Ready Button, and Kel'Thas banned out for Runamok, and a first pick Garrosh. By the way, if there are any lag issues, if they get too severe, I will be restarting the broadcast. If things go south, everything is being local recorded, so there will be no issues on that end. With the local recording, I'll be able to upload a seamless broadcast to YouTube afterwards, regardless of the Twitch result. So, that's the good news. So let's talk Garrosh. Garrosh is nasty. Garrosh is rude. And Garrosh is strong. We'll talk about those picks in just a second. Garrosh, with his flip and taunt, enables a large, or his Q that pulls, which pulls in a deceptively large area. You can flip an opponent over and then lock them down for 2 seconds, allowing for easy follow-up. It's nasty. Every combination with Garrosh is nasty. So, let's quickly move forward in this comp. We have Dahaka and Sylvanas picked up for Runamok. Dahaka just strong overall, good in wave clear, allows for 5-man ganks with the globals. Sylvanas allows web weavers to push very, very well when they get turned in, and affords good wave clear after level 7. Gul'dan and Zul are the ultimate wave clear package. Gul'dan can be paired with an Ariel, which looks like Runamok is preparing to ban. There she goes. For extra value. But Zul and Gul'dan are going to be some nasty wave clear heroes. Zul can even go down in the solo lane in some cases to be able to step up and clean out lanes so very quickly and burn tower shots. So it'll take a lot of work from Runamok to be able to match the wave clear or get somewhere close to it. Let's see if we're live on this page. We are. Fantastic. So it does seem like the Nexus Gaming Series Discord has identified that we are live. Fantastic. Welcome everybody to the Sunday cast. Stukov was banned out by Ready Button. So Runamok will have to find a different support to pick up. 2 supports banned out in this phase. I'm surprised actually to see the Malthael ban. I didn't comment on it too much, but Malthael's usually not highly contested on Spider Queen, so I wonder if Ready Button saw something in Runamok, or that they just think the hero is strong overall. We don't know. We'll find out. So we have an off-tank in Dahaka some kind of DPS and Sylvanas, albeit not burst. We have a Nubrak picked up as a main tank. And will we get a support here? Probably should. Jaina picked up for even more wave clear and the burst. So support picked up last for Runamok. We'll see that on the other side of Ready Button's last 2 picks. We will need to see the support here as well. I believe Garrosh can just main tank. He's pretty good at it, but I'm not certain. He's deceptively bulky with his armor. Allows for great clutch heals with heroes like Uther. By the way, where is Uther? Is the nerf that strong that Uther's suddenly just like, nope, I'm out of here, guys. The light abandoned me. We're done. Greymane Karazim. So 2 more. A kind of a half melee, half range in Greymane. Karazim full melee, but can do the good supporting work. So 1 warrior and 3 DPS essentially, or 2 heavy damage heroes and Zul for extra lockdown. So in terms of the lockdown, they didn't draft a whole lot. They have Garrosh to flip and taunt if they take it. Zul has his root, but that's about it, and root doesn't follow up a Garrosh flip all that well. So we'll see what they do. We had a nasty comp put on us on our team in the quarterfinals with Garrosh. It was Garrosh, Kel'Thas, Sonya for the lockdown with Lunara and whatever their support was, and we were just riggedy wrecked all game. Anybody who even stepped close to Garrosh was just blown up because he just flip, kill, and it was harsh. Rhaegar picked up his last one for Runamok, so that'll finish out those drafts. Strong emphasis on lane clear for both sides. I think we've got Dahaka and likely Greymane in the solo lane. So this 4-man is going to be nuts. Going to have some great wave clear, but so is this. And it has a little more pick potential early on with Anubarak, because Doc will be solo. So interesting matchup. Excited to see how it goes as soon as we get into the break. Let's get past the loading screen and we'll be right there. Alrighty. We are here on Tomb of the Spider Queen in the quarterfinals of Division B. This is map chosen by Runamok. This is on the right side spawning in the red. This is Ready Button. They've got their Captain Varian on Karazim, Copious Girth on Gul'dan, Ciaris on Zul, Rory on Greymane, and Bubble This on the AFK, no longer AFK Garrosh. Holy cow, that's like a level 100 Sylvanas. Glad I got to see that. On the left side, we have the 7th seed Runamok. This is YYC, the captain on Anubarak. Aviato on Rhaegar, Ara on Sylvanas, Voodoo on Jaina, and Rain on Dahaka. And if you're in the chat, make some noise. Let us know who you're cheering for in this quarterfinals. Either Runamok or Ready Button. Who do you want to see move on to the semifinals? Looking forward to a nice solid matchup as a minion gets hurtled into the red team lines. So let's see how these lanes develop with how much wave clear there is available to both sides. I think it'll be a very interesting matchup to see who can clear what quicker. And who picks up the gems more effectively and gets ahead in the rotations. And we'll have to check down in the solo lane every once in a while. I do believe Greymane has the advantage over Dahaka in the solo lane, even though he does not have sustain. It looks like Runamok is clearing these lanes a little bit faster with Sylvanas and Jaina. But it's not amounting to much benefit. Because the lane clear of Ready Button is equally good, they're not actually falling behind in any way. The only way Runamok can gain an advantage in this situation is to be able to pressure these towers, for example in the mid, while Ready Button is up top. So it'll be a matter of execution of who gets ahead in these rotations. YYC burrows out a little early and ends up getting rooted by Zul, and there goes a Nubarak for the first pick of the game. Taka gonna go ahead and tap as Roy had to tap it all. He is not. He is still at absolute maximum health. It's that ranged poke that allows Greymane to do so well in the solo lane. So, minus the pick though, really no XP differences among the teams, both able to secure actually all of the XP in all the lanes so far, doing a good job of that. Oh, Jaina gets flipped and taken out. Great job by Bubbleless grabbing the Q to pull in. I believe that's his Q talent. It is. Groundbreaker. Ciaris actually getting caught out a lot, but not able to be taken out. That Q into, I believe, E flip is a brutal combination. Oh, YYC gets flipped over. Again, here comes the no, just out of range on the root, so it looks like he will escape with his life. Or getting punched by Kerazim a couple times. It seems to be like Ready Button is pulling just a little bit ahead with that Garrosh pick potential. There goes YYC getting launched into the enemy team again. Lots of damage being put out by Voodoo, but it appears that Ready Button has gotten the first turn in. I think that was a Greymane turn in to finish it off. I'm not certain though. Let's see, it looks like top lane's being pushed out more. Prioritized by Ready Button, always a good sign, is that it's got the very valuable boss in addition to the web weavers, whereas the other lanes only have bruisers or a siege camp. So, probably most valuable lane here. And these towers start out of ammo. Because of this Zul lane clear so far, they just have to work so much harder to clean up the waves. YYC getting absolutely chunked by the Gul'dan. Down to just about 100 health. Varen not able to finish the kill. Got very, very low there. Bubble this now in a lot of trouble from Aura and Voodoo. But once again, that armor makes him so bulky at low health. Fort does appear like it will survive. But 2, if not 3, we'll check the bottom lane in just a second. It's like 2.5 walls were taken out, gives Ready Button about a half level advantage, or a full level advantage, gained about a half level from that web weaver phase. YYC gets flipped over, but goes ahead and unstoppables out. Now Sylvanas full barbed shot build, so we do full withering fire build, so we do see barbed shot picked up. That'll help a lot with the wave clear. Did not opt for the Lost Soul at 4. I believe that's the talent name. That gives a cooldown reduction, a really important teamfight talent, but it looks like Sylvanas has opted more for the wave clear side. Runamok now has enough to turn in. They're sharking around, trying to find a good time to put in the gems. Roy's got 19. Where did Dahaka burrow to? Burrowed here. That'll get interrupted. So 17 gems for Dahaka, 12 for YYC. That would be enough to turn in. It was 29. But it's scouted out properly. His waves continue to get soaked. Overall, Rain gets flipped, and he's Dahaka. He's going to have a tough time getting out of that one. Just kidding. He does have his anti-body block maneuver. Roy going back for a little bit of health. Good drag onto Bubble This. Isn't going to be met with much follow-up, though, so nothing too much really gained out of that, unfortunately. Now Ready Button with the higher pressure, and now the level 10s should have enough gems to turn in, and they might get the second Web Weaver phase. Is that Warlord's challenge? It is. It's the taunt talent. That's going to make things really nasty if anybody gets flipped over. Divine Palm, Cursed Bullet, Horrify, and Skeletal Mages even post-nerf. Comes a Horrify, but misses on Voodoo, ends up pushing him farther away, so blown 80-second cooldown there. Rain looks like he got some of his gems in. I think his YYC as well got him in. So that enables the Runamok turn in. And 4 players down bottom for Ready Button is going to give a nice advantage up to Runamok here in the top lane. Sylvana shutting down those towers, even though they don't have a lot of ammo, is going to keep these Web Weavers nice and healthy. And now level 10's picked up just in time for a team fight. Aura in a lot of trouble, going to get not taunted. Cocoon goes down onto cooldown on Bubbles. Rhaegar in a lot of trouble. Voodoo taking a lot of damage as well. Sierra's very low. Everybody's health bar is falling under half. Half Rain comes in and makes a great burrow. Ends up securing 2 kills with his high health bar. Baron goes in, tries to finish off Aviato. Does not work out. 3 kills over to the side of Runamok. Copious Girth might even be number 4. Rain walks forward and does not get the tongue. So that 5v4 fight, just enough sustain on the side of Runamok. They take the level advantage. They have another turn-in available to them. As soon as those become available, which they are right now, they can go for the double turn-in. That's a lot of pressure you can put on with Sylvanas. Copious Girth getting very low. YYC ends up burrowing from the top and killing him. That makes the 4th kill. So, a little bit of getting picked out, a little bit of a trying to do a bit too much there on the side of Ready Button, and Runamok looking very sharp after this level 10. Rain gets a drag onto Varen, and Aura's damage chugs him to about half health. Turn in attempting on top here, but really it's all down to Rain down here at the bottom to be able to get that turn in. Isolation misses in terms of time. We live in a 4th dimension, so it can miss in time. And it allows the turn-in to go to Ready Button. Collapse down here on the Rain on Dahaka, trying to remove the gems. Good burrow. Might not matter, though. No, it does not, as he gets rooted and taunted and taken out. Aura's going to go in for the 20 gems. Puts that preemptive haunting wave out. Does a good job of that. Wow, great combination of Ring of Frost and Wailing Arrow. Does so much damage and prevents all the ability fallout, but the Palm was able to get in onto Bubble This. And it ends up creating the counter kill onto Voodoo. Nice combination of abilities used by Runamok and an even better defense by Ready Button. So bottom fort goes down, top fort goes down as Rain comes in to clean this up. We do have enough gems for Runamok to turn in. Both teams with that level 13 talent tier. Looks like the middle fort will go down as well to a 5-man push. So, there we go. 2 players now with enough gems to turn in, I believe. Aura going to be cleaning out waves, camps, and even enemies quite quickly with the full Windrunner build now. Bubble this puts his 21 gems in, gets a turn in. So that'll start up towards their third turn in. YYC and Rain going to try and turn in the top. That'll be enough. That'll do it. 12 is oftentimes greater than 11, and that'll do it. Runamok gets their second turn in. At what cost, though? YYC gets trapped. There goes the combo of Ring of Frost and Wailing Arrow, but it doesn't result in any kills, any follow-up. Lots of damage out onto YYC. Does a good job. A great Ancestral from Aviato. Now Ciaris in a lot of trouble. Zul gets taken out. Flip onto Rain into the backline. That's not a person you want in your backline. Aura gets taken out. Rory gets taken out, though. Good stun by YYC. But health bar is quite low for Runamok. Going to be a dangerous push until Sylvanas is able to shut down the buildings, which she can't because she's dead, which will really devalue this wave a lot. This Webweaver phase. Siege Camp picked up by Ready Button does an excellent job of taking out this Webweaver in the bottom lane. Top lane Webweavers will likely pick up the keep wall and nothing else, if that. I guess not. Azul absolutely hacks through everything. Yep. Towers lived. Runamok's combination attack, a little combo of Ring of Frost, Wailing Arrow, will be up in just a moment, along with the Ancestral. YYC takes a Curse Bullet to the face and a flip. He has to burrow out and can't use his stuns offensively. Here comes the combo, and it looks like Bubble is in a lot of trouble, but the Zul slices get just enough damage. Aviato in a lot of trouble. He's going to be let escape. Rain, however, will not have a similar fate. He goes down. Voodoo takes an Ancestral. Might give him enough to pick off Ciaris, does, and trades his own life in, so an even exchange. Aviato, I felt the blood. I know you had the bloodlust there, Aviato, but it was not the time, and he wisely backs off. This will, however, give another turn-in over to Ready Button as this game swings back and forth with teamfight after teamfight. Instead of the turn-in, which they do have one few gems for, they will opt to go for the boss. Greymane does a lot of damage, and so they'll be able to take care of this safely and quickly. The Blizzard app somehow cannot log me in. I find this surprising. So, boss picked up for Ready Button. We'll have to see if the call's to grab the Webweavers with him. The boss will run out for it and end up probably dying before the Webweavers even get there. But nonetheless, still a potent combination. Taking a look at some Garrosh talents because I don't know them all that well. Double armor bonus is nuts for the survivability for 3 seconds. So yep, boss gets pretty much taken out before this fight even begins. YYC gets pulled in, and wow, look at the cocoon onto Garrosh, and then the full combo. Everybody gets low for Ready Button, but only one taken out. Greymane goes down. Garrosh goes down. Rain charges forward. Good cleanse to prevent the root. Copious Girth in a lot of trouble. He gets spotted. He'll be taken out. And Aura, with that full Windrunner build, able to decimate the Webweavers 4 for 1 on the side of Runamok. Back and forth constantly. One team gets a good fight and the other gets a good fight. I think the team that picks 2 good fights in a row is going to end up massively ahead and probably taking this game. But so far it's been one after another in terms of how well it goes for each team. Oh, exciting. So now we have enough turn-in gems for Runamok. We'll see if they're able to get one of these turn-ins. They only need 18 gems, but Ready Button's fully respawned now. And we'll be able to make some kind of defense. Kerazim, who has finished his insight quest, has gone down to the bottom lane. And picked up this bottom siege camp. Rain turned 16 of the 18 requisite gems in. So we'll have to see. Oh, looks like our up at the top picked up the last one. YYC might dive on Sierras here. Nope. Shows restraint. Does not. And now these lanes, again, good pickup on these. Siege camp is going to pretty much prevent any of this bottom lane damage. And we can see that fort at a very nice amount of health. But all these advantages getting amplified by the Sylvanas. Because all these kills can be turned into even more structure damage than would normally be allowed. Let's see, looks like a team fight will break out here. Bubbleless misses the Q, so that'll have to wait for just a moment. Cursed bullet used, didn't see if or who it hit. Looks like the wall goes down, and that seems to be enough for Runamok. They don't want to engage too hard into this defensive position, not up level 20. Bruiser Camp takes out the middle Web Weaver. Siege Camp mostly takes out the bottom Web Weaver. Scaling of the Web Weaver has beat out the scaling of the Siege Camp. So they might... Runamok will be able to pressure this fort. They are now up level 20, so we have that improved ice block, double rewind, deafening blast for a terrifying 5-second silence, and contagion. Wow. So lots of silence right now for Runamok. Looks like there is a bush party. Have they sent out the invites? Who is allowed in the bushes with them? Oh, they know they're close. Rain sets up. Is it gonna get copious Girth or CRS? Oh, they're itching. Rain doing a great job. Here he comes, but gets the gets bubble. Holy crap! He got deleted. What happened? Let's see. How do I do this? 7. Go to 7. That is the Garrosh cam. It doesn't let you go to the death recap. That's super disappointing. Unless it, let's go to death recap. Wow. 2,400 damage in slightly over half a second. That is some nasty, nasty blow-up power right there. That'll, allow for Runamok to pick up this well-timed boss. And be able to turn in now that our icons are gone, because thank you, Blizzard. So, wow. This could be huge trouble. This could be huge trouble for Ready Button, as a Web Weaver phase and a boss pushing with Sylvanas is going to be a tough order to hold. Okay, Siege Camp, constantly pressuring this side, this bottom lane. Great job there. We're getting a lot of value out of that. Sylvanas a little bit late to the party. Here comes Cocoon. I don't see who it's on. Looks like it's on, Zool? Nope, not Zool. Garrosh. Prevents the peel from, prevents a peel, and it ends up that Zool gets taken out. Rain gets flipped, and, it's not much of an issue. Here comes Boss and Web Weavers on the core. This could be game here. Rain takes an Ancestral. Kerazim, nice, nice palm there, but isn't going to keep others alive. 3 killed out, and this is going to be game 1. Going over to the side of Runamok as Baron gets taken out. Wow, 4 kills out. GG. Runamok takes game 1. Wow. That was an impressive teamfight performance by Runamok there. And they did take 2 consecutive winning fights, and they won. Genius. Cool. So we'll go ahead, work to get game 2 nice and set up. We'll see what Varen chooses on the side of ready button. If they want the next pick or the map, they have chosen Cursed Hollow. So if you look at the top center, right above my cursor here, you will see the tracker. Runamok has banned Sky Temple. Ready button has banned, what's that, Dragonshire. And you can see the results here. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Here's Cursed Hollow. And the blue hexagon indicates that Runamok has won. So we'll get right into this game in just a moment.
frozen throne! I will fight to my last breath! Vilmeus will rise again! Victory above all!
Production's hard, guys. Production's hard. Let's go through this really fast. No more muting the mic. I need to do it locally on my microphone, not through OBS because I have too much stuff to do on OBS. This is Nexus Gaming Series, Game 2 between Runamok and Ready Button. This is Division B. Runamok has taken Game 1 in very impressive teamfight fashion. But this is now the map choice of Ready Button. Cursed Hollow lends itself to being more of a macro map. That's why we see some Abathur bans, best map for him. And Dahaka banned out immediately. Rhaegar, really good at taking camps. Greymane, really good at taking camps. So we see the emphasis done by Ready Button. We could see the Zerg composition out of here from Runamok. We could have the Anubalisk. We could have Stukov. We could have a Zagar. We could have a Kerrigan and a Butcherlisk. It's perfect. That's the recap of everything that was said while I was muted because I am a smart individual. Fantastic. I think that covers just about everything important that was said. That was said into a muted microphone. Got it. Jaina banned out. Respected. Oh, we have Pandemonium. We're going to remind the players that the region globe talent is bugged and is not allowed in this game. Currently, it gives way too many stacks. But Chen overall is allowed to be played. So, let's see what else they have. They have Rhaegar, Greymane, Chen, Li Ming. An important part of this comp is that it has no stuns. Not a single one, not even a talentable stun. Great pickup on Sonya. That Whirlwind will go for the full duration every single time. And a last pick, Gul'dan. Gul'dan was actually on the side of Ready Button last game. Yep, for Chen. I want to clarify that. It was said after the Chen. But there are some other region globe things for Li Ming, like Power Hungry. But specifically Chen. So, I really like the Sonya pickup with the lack of stuns. and Stitches as the last pick. I'm interested by that choice on the side of Ready Button, because they have no follow-up stuns whatsoever. Now, they can just blow up the target. Believe me. Leeming, Greymane, boom, target's gone. However, they might not be able to make that hit happen every single time. But we will have to see. On the other side of the loading break, we'll be right back with Runamok versus Ready Button, Game 2 of the quarterfinals. Alrighty. On the right side of Cursed Hollow, this is Ready Button. Tournament life on the line. Just a best of 3, so they have to win the next 2 to advance. Otherwise, they are out. On the Li Ming, looks like their flex player. Nope, sorry. Varen, captain on Rhaegar. Getting names mixed up. Rory on Li Ming. Switch up from the Greymane from last time. Copious Girth now on the Greymane. Bubble This on Stitches, and Ciaris now on Chen. Over here on the side of Runamok, 1 game to advance to the semifinals. Can they do it on the opposing map? We have their captain YYC on Anubarak. Rain on Sonya did a great job on Dahaka last game. Voodoo on Gul'dan, loves the mages. Aviato on Stukov, and Aura on the specialist Zagara. So an immediate 1-1-3 setup for Ready Button, who will dictate the wave, the way these lanes are structured to start. Chen solid in the solo lane, although struggles a little bit against Sonya with that stun that she can provide. Voodoo gonna get taken out in the mid lane to Copious Girth. Copious will escape with about 500 health. But he does tap, doesn't go all the way back, so he will be able to pick up that extra soak. And a quick and early lead out for Ready Button. No punches held from last game. They are ready for blood. The prevention of Zagara in this solo lane has been already very, very good for Ready Button. Aura vomited all the mana already, a minute 30 in. Gul'dan still in the solo lane, gonna have to sustain himself with his drain life. Ooh, good hook by Bubble This. YYC actually does a great job of eating some of the damage there and providing peel for Aura. Nice job there. Voodoo comes up to help stack Corruption and relieve Rain of a little bit of pressure while he goes over and picks up this bottom siege camp. Aviato now stuck as a solo for just a moment, not a permanent arrangement, as Varen comes over to pick up the siege camp. So I was saying in draft, which may or may not have been muted, Varen, and especially Rhaegar, very popular in this next gaming series by multiple teams for his ability to pick up camps on this map. Stukov chose not to go the 50% burst heal quest, which I think's fairly interesting. I've seen a lot of almost unanimous like for that talent, so I'm interested that he did not take it. Voodoo faring a lot better against Ciaris up here because Gul'dan can drain life as Chen can drink. Chen going for the full fire quest so far. Lamb build out of Stitches, Cocktail build out of Greymane, and Rory's just going to go ahead and not quite pick up this that curse. Ciaris taking a lot of damage in the back line, gets down and gets blown up as the fight between Stitches and Zagara continues in the bottom lane. This will make this a 4v3. That pickoff will make it a 4v3. And Aviato will end up taking that tribute. So first tribute and first team fight goes over to Runamok. Now that positioning did favor, that tribute positioning did favor Ready Button. Siege Camp going to be able to take out the bottom tower. Aura still 5 seconds from being able to tap and come back into this. Just banelings everywhere, but both towers now taken out. Ooh, I like it. I like Seeker. It's a really nice talent. Wish it had a... Again, I wish there was a bit more lockdown to use Seeker with. A lot of times you won't be able to get that. Tribute spawning favors Ready Button right next to this Bruiser camp that was picked up. Viscous Acid taken for Zagara at level 7. Likely a Nidus Worm build at level 10. It's a bush party. Who's invited? Bubble this might be invited. Let's see. Rain comes in with the flank, jumps on top of Ciaris. Isn't going to do a whole lot. That lurking arm is doing so much right there for Aviato. Ciaris gets taken out as he was forced really out of position, split off by that lurking arm. Aviato, really the MVP of that fight so far. Second curse picked up as Rory teleports over the bushes and out of harm's way. But, man, that lurking arm was huge. Ace might have replay technology by the finals. He's going to look into it. We'll see. Don't quote me on it, though. Don't quote me. Yeah. Lane arrangements return to normal as YYC and Aviato come in to take out this Bruiser camp. But becomes a kind of tribute point almost for Ready Button here. They've got to be able to defend the next couple of tributes or they're going to have a curse put on them. And obviously not a real good thing to have a curse on you. Tribute spawns down here and that is going to be... That's going to be rough for Ready Button. Already pulling the Panda and pals down. This fight will break out very shortly. Rain comes in and flanks on Copious Girth, does a lot of damage, doesn't get a full whirlwind off though. Voodoo's starting to channel the tribute, and nobody's got an interrupt. Copious Girth misses. Oh, it's painful. Full tribute, full curse over to the side of Runamok. And oh my goodness, 3 kills. All of a sudden, here comes Rory in a lot of trouble. One Anubarak Q could finish her off. Does not, but that is level 10 and a full curse. Here comes the leap. Holy cow, those minions did not know what hit them. Doesn't end up getting anything out of it, though. Just a little bit of scare onto Rory and Varen. Names are hard. Do you know that? So, Zagara splits off down to the bottom lane now that the middle fort's down. Gul'dan splits off to the top lane to try and get the top fort down. Stukov, interestingly, still holding the ultimate. Looks like he'll wait for a specific level 10 to be picked up from Ready Button. Top fort now goes down. You can hear the little dings, very ominous, as the curse ends. So it looks like we have Ancestral, Storm, Earth, and Fire, Disintegrate, Putrid Bile, not Gorge, and Cursed Bullet picked up. I think it was the Stitches pick that Stukov's waiting for, but it might just be a straight error. I don't know. I don't know, and it better not come back to bite him. Voodoo takes out the siege camp up top, which will help defend against this boss. Meanwhile, Aura and the boss will push down in this bottom lane. So, looks like it will be a 5v4 offense for Ready Button in the top lane. We'll have to see how much I get. Oh my god, the retreat pings on YYC, they were like, don't take this path. That is a dangerous path, and indeed it was. He would have been in a lot of trouble. Can I get a split screen? Can I, like, order the technology for a split screen so I can put both bosses up? That would be pretty neat. Looks like Rain doing a good job of interrupting the Hearthstones. Freddy Button that are going to come back and try and deal with this boss. And, only Stitch is able to get back and stunned. Wall goes down. We'll see how much more of this keep wall goes down here. Just the one tower. So not a lot of safe options right now for Runamok. However, they are up that level 13 talent tier, so they are on the way to this bruiser camp to pick them up. Should be a fairly quick pickup, especially with the please don't pass here with your abilities lurking arm. That's going to be a really hard engage for ooh, Rain gets picked up through the by a hook, but a good flailing swipe out of Aviato. Able to force the disengage, and the lack of stuns allowed Rain to whirlwind. I hope he took the 13. He did not. He took Mystical Spear, which does allow escape, so that's good, but Life Funnel could have been absolutely crazy here. With the lack of stuns and the fact that it'll get every whirlwind off with pretty much 100% of the time. Tribute spawns down here in the bottom. So we'll see. It looks like, yep, looks like Ready Button's just going to go ahead and give that up. I don't know exactly where they're planning to gain value otherwise during this, but they just don't want to fight down level 13. So they're instead just going to push out a couple lanes and soak up to that 13 talent tier and take a fight on the next tribute. Look at some timers, 2:45 here, 20 seconds here, minute 30, just started. Bruisers and taken out quickly. Bosses each have 2 minutes left, as they're taken pretty much identically. Us waiting for the teams, posturing up. Bruiser gets hooked, but nothing really comes of it. Rain now picking up the siege camp. Or just moving around, doing Zagara things, trying to run around. Push out all the lanes, keep constant global pressure up, while still being able to come back into fights whenever possible. So here comes the 15-13 fight. This is the best chance Ready Button will have for a while of taking a fight. YYC taking a little bit of initial damage. Here come the Panda Pals, and a big crisp bullet onto YYC. Flailing Swipe keeps a lot of the team out. Ciara's in a lot of trouble. If that Panda Pal goes down, he won't have a Chen to respawn to. He does respawn at full health. YYC gets absolutely chunked. Aviato gonna get taken out by a good hook. And very important first team fight win goes to Ready Button. That's been long in the waiting for them. Great fight there. So they'll try, looks like they're not going to push their only one player advantage right now. Instead, they're going to go soak up as many lanes as possible, try and get to that level 16 talent tier before the next tribute spawns, or prevent Runamok from getting their level 16 talent tier at the same time, because if it's 16-15, that fight should go to Runamok, and that'll be a second tribute down. Rain eyeing up the respawning boss as Varen does the same. Varen goes ahead and starts it up. YYC. Ooh, this is going to get dicey. YYC sees the started boss. Ready Button disengages off the boss. And at 15-15, because the 16 talent tier wasn't picked up from Runamok, and they're down here on the boss, they've opted to prioritize that over getting this second tribute. So that slower boss clear ends up helping out Ready Button a lot, as they're able to pick up this boss and the tribute without much contest at all. We'll see if there comes a collapse and if it will be in time to really do anything. Doesn't look like it. So, boss will be taken out. Down here in the bottom lane we'll get the front wall and a little bit of damage onto the keep. Nothing more past that. If he even gets keep damage, he'll go and shoot the well. But, yep, gets that. Technically, that is a little damage on the keep, so I am correct. Fantastic. Don't want to have the casters being wrong or anything. Echoed Corruption, due to the overall lack of team fighting that has occurred, is not actually even close to being completed, and we're already at level 16. So the talent hasn't gained any value so far. Bottom fort taken out by Ready Button, and they did it. They soaked up to level 16 now, and they're able to take an even talent tier fight. So, good job there. Here comes a Cocoon onto the Chen. Copious Girth takes a lot of damage. Disintegrate, well, disintegrates the Cocoon. Bubble Disc takes a lot of damage. He seems to be doing okay. Voodoo in a lot of trouble. He'll be taken out by the Greymane. And Rhaegar ankle nibbling. Copious Girth gets an out of fight. Ancestral Rain gets taken out. 2 team fights go over to Ready Button. It looks like the comeback is in full swing as the full curse gets picked up. Here comes the Ready Button comeback. They've played this so well for the last 3-4 minutes, taking a fight and not taking a fight when they needed to on both sides. Really, really well done. Interesting that we have Rampant Hellfire instead of Ruinous Affliction. Usually you see that paired with Echoed Corruption, but the lack of completion on that quest is going to lead to the other one being picked up. Here comes a dive on Roy on Leeming. Cannot blink away because of the lurking arm, but Voodoo wasn't able to quite get in range to drop his Corruption. Here comes a nice big leap out. Ciara's in a lot of trouble. Might have overstayed their welcome. Yes, he does get taken out. However, it costs YYC his life. Copious Girth able to barrel roll out of town. Baron might be taken out. Rain looking to close the distance. Everybody else seems to be fine. Corruption does miss. Oh, friendly hook, but doesn't end up panning out. But I saw the hook. You made a nice try, Bubble this. Oh. He's gone. He escapes, and it's now cleanup crew for Runamok. I'll have to pick up all these minions that have been pushed onto their side of the map. We'll about even up this XP, though. But the important part is that this bottom keep was taken out. So those catapults, always a big pain on these large 3-lane maps. Delicious. Looks like it's just camping time for everybody. Yeah, so gonna go ahead and clean out some of the waves. Siege camp will be taken up. Haven't seen a lot of the Zagara global pressure. Maybe I haven't been watching the map, as that's very possible. I can tunnel in on action a lot, but there hasn't seemed to be this keep level pressure that I come to expect out of Zagara. But maybe I'm overestimating what I see against Zagara. Maybe our team's bad against it, and that's what happens if you're bad against it. But we'll have to see nonetheless. Neither team really looking to take a fight. XP evened up, so it is a race to level 20. And this favors the team with the global Zagara, even though Ready Button does have a very slight, if now non-existent, XP lead. So we will have to see. Bosses pop in 30 seconds. Don't know when the next tribute pops up because it was just a full curse. Tributes are a lot shorter. Full curse has that long duration. Slam build completed for Stitches. We'll see both teams posturing, trying to get to level 20 safely, and neither team will get there before the team fight possibly could have broken out. Looks like Ready Button will opt to take the boss as Runamok chooses to take the curse, or the tribute, giving them 2 out of the 3 needed for that very critical and possibly game-ending tribute. Boss starts up now. Are going to be in a little bit of trouble. Going to get caught by the Putrid Bile. Does have that bonus move speed on creep, I believe, but gets taken out. Acts as a little early alarm, though, and stalled enough time for the boss to be taken. And YYC and Rain able to both nope over the bushes, and they're fine. Boss will not get a lot of value, though. It's going to be taken out almost without doing any damage, so it might not have been worth the risk. Meanwhile, Keep going to take a lot of damage here as the boss hits for 700 a shot. So 8 more shots it can take before it goes down. Slam doing 1,000. Which goes down first? The boss goes down first, so the Keep does survive. 1 attack from death. And Tribute spawns in the top lane. Will likely be a no contest, as Runamok is down 4-5. Bottom lane is picking up a lot of catapults. Will have to be addressed. Looks like it will be by Rain. But not a lot of team fight happening right now, and that's okay. Just a lot of tactful positioning by both teams. Free Keep gonna be picked up. So it's a second Keep going down. CR's deciding to burn it just in case. He might get caught out. But then again, he might not. Rain, after clearing out the catapults, not quite able to be picked up in time. Fight might break out in this enclosed area over the siege camp. Lurking Arm and Leap comes in. Copious Girth taking a lot of damage along with Bubble This. He gets a nicely timed Ancestral. Ciaris only now becoming a part of this fight. YYC gets return killed. Horrify misses. Gets absolutely nobody. Voodoo gets taken out. Rain probably going to get taken out. Absolutely. There he goes. 3-man white. Zip, zip, zip from the chin. He's going to end up killing Aviato. That's 4 players down, and it looks like this will be game. 1-1. So we're tied up. Going to go to a rubber match. As Ready Button takes game 2. Really, really solid turnaround after level 13. Really, really solid play. Just not enough I can say about how well they played the second half of that game. But we'll see how game 3 rolls. Aviato was really the key to that the first half advantage that Runamok had, but just the overall map awareness and the play just really led Ready Button to a strong performance in the second half of that game. So if I had to give a game MVP, it's to whoever shot called the macro play and to the team for all going with the macro play. Really just solid play there. Like what I saw. I'm surprised, with the complete lack of lockdown, they're still able to secure a lot of the kills with the Stitches slows. The Chen slows, the Rhaegar slows. It did end up being enough. But it was rough to start for sure. Alright, let's get to YYC and talk about the next map. Alright, we will be going to Battlefield of Eternity. So we'll get that right to you in just a moment as Game 3 of these quarterfinals presses on. Alrighty, welcome to Nexus Gaming Series, Division B Playoffs. This is a quarterfinals, Game 3, the final match between Runamok and Ready Button. One of these teams will move on to the semifinals, and one of these teams will unfortunately be eliminated. We've seen two really solid games so far, back and forth pretty much in most of them. Game 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen, a lot faster back and forth. Compared to Cursed Hollow, where Runamok took a nice early advantage, went up more than 2 levels, but Ready Button with some really solid play was able to focus down and take the game in the end with a nice comeback, good curse, good team fights. So, Runamok chose first pick, and they go with Sylvanas as their first pick. Ara, as we saw in the intermission, a level 109 Sylvanas. So, not a surprising pick, and a almost surprising not first ban. Vala banned for the Q build, being some of the highest DPS after level 7. So Malthael picked up, and Rhaegar picked up. Rhaegar has the highest level 1 immortal damage, so that very first immortal will be taken out fastest, if individually, by Rhaegar, over any other hero in the game. So a very prioritized support on this map. So, with Sylvanas, they won't, Runamok will not have all that great of immortal pressure to start. Sylvanas only kicks up after level 7 and massively at level 13. Stitches opting for Runamok. And Malfurion. Sylvanas stitches Malfurion, a nice combination, roots after a hook. More of a typical follow-up combo compared to what we saw last game. Just strong overall, but doesn't look like they're opting for the race comp that Ready Button has. And race comps generally are favored because they can just choose not to race and force out play from the other team. And as soon as the other team is has to run away, go deal with other things on the map, you dive in 5v4. So I'll have to see how well they're able to execute this kind of race comp. It is also a good idea to never let Sylvanas get an immortal. You can win the first 3 and lose immediately to 1 immortal or 1 Punisher on a different map. You can take all sorts of problems with that. You can run into a lot of problems with giving up immortals, so going for that race comp is generally better. If you go for a defense comp, if your defense fails, you're dead. Their immortal is usually much higher shield, and then you still have to make the actual immortal defense, and it becomes so difficult. So Jaina banned out for that Ring of Frost Wailing Arrow combination that gave Ready Button quite a bit of trouble in game 1, as well as the burst damage on top of this. And my god, the race is strong. Ready Button could probably burn an immortal in 5 seconds if it didn't have halftime. That is crazy amounts of immortal damage. Artanis, his popular map, because of amateur opponent dealing 2.5 times the normal damage. Li Ming's immortal damage is high with Seeker build, which we saw Rory take last game. So I'll have to say, we're looking for, I believe, Voodoo's pick. YYC is likely on the Stitches, and Rain's pick. So we'll have to see if they're going for that pick off Stitches, if they're just going to try and throw some blow up on top of it. You know, if I didn't see Artanis here, I'd already expect, oh, there's a Greymane ban, but Greymane would be the last thing they could do to just make this absolutely nuts. God, they could almost go Abathur with a comp like this. Dahaka for Rain. There's Voodoo on the Mage. He opts for Kel'Thas's third Mage in as many games. Jaina, Gul'dan, KT have been the choices so far. So looks like we Ready Button will probably take a main tank to finish off. Could be a Skull, what is that? Sledgehammer Muradin, not Skullcracker. Sledgehammer Muradin could be very, very powerful here, just for instantaneous immortal deletion. Have to see, no, only have 2 in the front line here, Dahaka and Stitches. So it'll be up to this combination. They do have Kel'Thas for extra stun, so any hooks made by YYC are going to be very critical and will likely get followed up on and blown up unless Rhaegar drops a massively clutch Ancestral, or what will likely be a full EQR combo if he takes Lightning Shield. ETC taken up as a last pick, a rare pickup here. Looking at the Masha interrupts, he is a great last pick if there are no Masha interrupts. We have Wailing Arrow. We do have a Hook, which is a marginal at best Masha interrupt. We do have Twilight Dream, so lots of silence here. Drag can be used just out of range, and Kael'thas has interrupt. So there's a lot of interrupts, and especially with Sylvanas and KT. Neither of them should get caught in a Masha at the same time as the other. So we'll have to see. I'm excited. Battlefield of Eternity Game 3 Tournament Life on the line for both these teams now. We'll be back in just a moment. This match was scheduled at dinner time. Who decided this? On the left, the 7th seed. This is Runamok. 1 game from winning, 1 game from defeat. It all comes down to this. YYC on Stitches' is departure from Anub'arak. Aura on the level 109 Sylvanas. Aviato on Malfurion. Voodoo on the Kael'thas. And Rain on the Dahaka we saw in Game 1. He did to great effect. Over here, for Ready Button, same scenario, 1 game to go. We have Captain Varen on Rhaegar, Copious Girth on Artanis, Bubble this on ETC, Rory on Li Ming again, and Ciaris on Malthael. Looks like a standard laning arrangement. For both these teams to start, 4 in the bottom, 1 in the top. Or takes a small Li Ming orb to the face. We have Force Armor again. So we'll likely see that full Seeker build. We have the Reaper, Overflowing Quiver. Moonburn taken from Malfurion, not Scouting Drone in the Bush Heavy center. IC gets a little bit of damage put onto him. Bubble this gets hooked, rooted. Will there be enough follow-up? There won't be. Or gets swapped, but able to escape in good time. Kael'thas goes for Convection, so opting for that risky high damage play, as opposed to the little bit safer Mana Addict. So we'll have to see if that works out for him or not. That'll be a tough quest to finish. Does work well in the 4-man though. Saw last game, Echoed Corruption did not get finished in nearly enough time, if at all. Copious Girth gets hooked. Roots come out just a little bit late. I'll have to patch that play up just a little bit. Important to be able to get that root down as the hook's coming in, regardless if it hits or not. It's a very important part. So, as expected, Ready Button already starting to burn down this Immortal. It's already a quarter dead. There's so much damage being put out. And it goes to halftime. About 500 more health. There it goes. And not a lot they could do. Runamok could do about that. Rain takes a lot of damage. Root and Kael'thas does it, but this first Immortal guaranteed to go to the offensive positions after the first switch, after halftime. Guarantees a full health Immortal over to Ready Button. A little bit of miscommunication as to what was going on the side of Runamok. Not something you want to see with your tournament life on the line. Wasn't sure if they were trying to defend. They ended up hooking Malthael, was able to teleport back with his W. So now comes a full shield Immortal into this bottom lane. And not a lot of great burning talents right now that'll allow Runamok to be able to handle this. Good 3-man lapse. Can't hook him over a wall, sorry, YYC. It does help stack that convection a little farther. Wall goes down and the shield still has not been broken yet. Copious Girth gets a swap onto Aviato. Aviato is going to go down. Gonna leave Runamok supportless as the fort gets taken out. Already, ready button. Really showing strong. They want to be in these semifinals. I don't see why you wouldn't want to be. Slide and swap onto Aura. Barely gets out with her life. So, there goes the Immortal. We'll get almost the tower on the keep wall. So, really well done so far by Ready Button. The draft working out well. Bubble this getting a little bit of trouble, but no roots out to finish it. Rain coming in. He wants to get that hook, or that tongue. That will take out ETC. Who plays ETC? That's Bubble This. Bubble This plays a tank. I know this. And now with Sylvanas, these picks can be translated into more structure damage than you would normally be able to get. So, really good pickup by Runamok. Copious Girth doing a nice swap to escape. Rory gets in a lot of trouble. Gets a cleanse to escape the roots, though. Looks like she was able to teleport over them, but... Ooh, Voodoo, heavy damage. I like the Triumvirate. It just works with pretty much every build. I don't see a lot of the other fours being that great, especially... Dominance is highly picked up, but usually you're either dead or not dead as Li Ming. There's not a lot of gradients of success there. Bubble this looking to bring some pressure on the Rain, as Rain, I think, was able to take this siege camp, so both siege camps went over to Runamok there. Bruiser camp going to be picked up and held? Not held. Going to be picked up immediately. And in well time. This Bruiser camp might make Ready Button a little bit late to the Immortal. Might be. Looks like they will get 4 here. Clean it up. Show up just after they spawn. Neutral positions here. And looks like they are both teams opting for the burst. Now Sylvanas finally has Barb Shot because it's level 7. But again, look at the race. Ready Button actually able to bring that all the way back and tie up the Immortal race and technically be the ones to send it to halftime. Defensive positions now, as Bruisers continue to push both the bottom and the top lanes infinitely. XP lead has been relatively negated. Are going to do a little bit of poke. Poke on a Copious Girth is not going to result in anything, so we'll have to wait for Stitch's cooldown to come back up before we can really see any kind of engagement happening. Rain and Ciaris able to take out the Bruiser camp, so those are no longer a problem. Hook onto Bubble this. Cleanse prevents any of the follow-up, so they'll have to wait for yet another hook to be able to do anything. Or possibly a drag by Rain as he's hidden in this bush. Baron wandering awfully close. Ooh, good scout out by Rory there. Gets a Seeker hit, misses the hook. So 3 hooks gone unsuccessfully. Here comes the slide and the damage onto YYC and Voodoo. Voodoo in a bad spot. Gonna get jumped on by Malthael. Rain pops his essence. Ciaris in a lot of trouble. Did not get dragged into the Immortal Circle of Death, though. Rain taken out. And here comes the offense and the immediate evaporation of an Immortal. There it goes. So punishing. Second Immortal goes over to Ready Button. They can't give up one with that Sylvanas. It can cause so many problems. Copious Girth might have been looking for a swap there, decides against it, and instead just uses it for lane clear. YYC going for an early hook, but doesn't really work out. And here comes level 10s. This is a very scary push against Runamok. They've got to just seed the fort immediately. Ancestral Healing, Disintegrate, Tormented Souls, Mosh Pit, and almost certainly will be blinds. No! Purifier Beam. What am I even talking about? Blind's really good for preventing the opponent's race. But I don't think they even need more race. Even race prevention. Wall didn't go down in time. So Ciaris does live despite being hooked quite well. We'll see if this gets a keep. Immortal getting low on health, only about 3,000 left. But no level 10s yet for Runamok. A little bit of damage onto Copious Girth, hook onto Varen. Starting to force the fight. Bubble this getting low. We see Rain dig in from the top and hits Artanis. There goes ETC. Bubble this. Rain in a lot of trouble. Does burrow out. Twilight Dream gets 2 kills. Here comes the comeback again. Hook by YYC ends up picking off Varen. One more auto attack. He's down. 4 counter kills. Stayed just a little bit too long trying to get the keep. The ult pickups for Runamok came just in time, and here comes the structure damage that Sylvanas can provide. Rain takes the damage, pops the essence, so he's going to do just fine as long as he blocks all the shots. For Aura, this push will continue, and just such a turnaround. XP down, gone from 2 levels down to slightly in favor of Runamok. This is going just going back and forth again like the first game. Looks like TX Ninja in chat, rooting for Ready Button, so shout out to TX Ninja there. Ready Button, when you watch VODs, you've got a cheerleader. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. CH Camp picked up in the top 4 Ready Button. Bruiser Camp will be picked up. A little bit of a dangerous spot for Aura and Rain to be in. Aura going to get, ooh, just escapes, does a nice little slide out. Rain in a little bit of trouble. Does he have dig? He does, so he can dig out if things get dire, but he's done a little juke and he's out. Aura just barely saved from the Artanis Prism. Ciaris will be able to take out this Bruiser Camp in the bottom lane. Bruises will be taken, and with how much quick damage, PvE damage, Ready Button has, they'll be able to pick that up quite quickly. Here come the offensive positions in the first half of this. And so this will, ooh, damage onto Ciaris. He's in a lot of trouble. Pops Tormented Souls, only gives 10 armor now, and gets taken out. So this now becomes a 5v4 in the favor of Runamok, and very importantly, Sylvanas about to pick up that critical Windrunner talent. Just a tiny bit more to go. We'll be able to let her burn down the Immortals as fast as any hero in the game. Or in a bad spot, though. Gets swapped. Slid. Friendly hook. I like the attempt YYC, but blown up. And that puts the pressure back up onto this top Immortal, which will almost certainly go down now. Here comes a 3-man mosh pit. Rain drops the isolation to cancel it. Saves a little bit, but Voodoo gonna get taken out. Resets the convection if that was his first death. Bubble this in a lot of trouble, but he's gonna slide and live. And it looks like the fight power of Ready Button proving to be just a little bit too much. That critical Sylvanas take out. There goes Rain. As Ciaris finishes off this Immortal. Could be 2 keeps even. Ready this goes in, dives in, and rips apart that keep like it's an Immortal. Basically is. And here comes a 3/4 health, 3/4 shield, full health Immortal going down to this bottom lane. Bottom lane already hurt by that first Immortal. Gonna be a very tough hold for Runamok. One mistake could end this game and their tournament life. Convection not getting finished. Netherwind, Burn Flesh, and Pyromaniac picked up so far. Nice ice block, by the way. Malfurion did save his life earlier. Here comes that powerful ranged attack from the Immortal. We start taking out the front keep wall. Ultimates, looks like Mosh and Ancestral are currently down. Good cleanse by Varen, gonna help bubble this. He's, though, still in a lot of trouble. Gonna get out. He's down to about 100 health. He is dead. Malthael's dead. Ciaris taking all the damage. YYC gets a Devour, but is forced out. Gets a tap. So he might live. Voodoo in a bad spot. No, YYC does go down as Immortal wails and finishes the final keep. Ancestral just off cooldown on Copious Girth. Aura getting low. Rain gonna be able to tongue, maybe. Tongue still off cooldown, or on cooldown for a couple more seconds. So it looks like it's 2 keeps down to no damage whatsoever. 0 forts to 4. And it's going to have to take a team fight performance like that, but in neutral territory, for Runamok to come back. Could start with a pick on Rory. It, however, doesn't. Copious Girth could be in trouble. Drag. Roots does walk around the roots. Preemptive Cleanse goes out. Baron on point with the just attempts at cleanse. It's good to just throw it out, and I really like what he's been doing, and a lot of them have been quite good. So, we'll have to see catapult pressure against Runamok for the rest of the game in both lanes. Backdoor potential is high with how fast Ready Button can burn non-heroes, and as we've seen, even burn heroes, but they're talented, especially against non-heroes. Camps picked up for both teams, as well as that critical level 16 full Moonfire build. Malfurion. Ghost Wolf Bite on 16 instead of the near root talent. Mirror Ball, Memento Mori. Going to be very synergistic with that Black Harvest. Rain in actually a really bad spot. He does have move speed, but he is going to be able to at least... Yep, he gets out, and he'll be at full health, but no essence going into this next fight. 9 essence going into the next fight. So here come the defensive position Immortals. YYC actually out of position. He might get collapsed on. Gonna get spun by the Immortal. Doesn't end up getting it, but takes a lot of damage. He's gonna need a lot of health very quickly. Wow! ETC gets absolutely melted. Copious Girth trying to escape through the back. He does not. Voodoo going to be taken out by the poison damage, though. Gets a nice heal from Aviato. Sacrifices his own life. Aviato, I appreciate that. That is some selfless play right there. Rain gonna jump on top of Rory. Rory does the famous leaning of disintegrating backwards. Voodoo gets taken out by the Immortal and Varen. And this is actually starting to turn around for Ready Button. 3 for 2 so far, as Varen continues to duke it out. YYC looking for that Devour, but hasn't actually gotten it yet. So, despite everything, Aura having to go back and tap. And the player advantage actually might get taken out if she doesn't watch out. No, she does have that unit disabling ability. As this becomes a momentary 5v4 for Ready Button, they'll almost certainly be able to burn this Immortal to halftime. So much Immortal damage. I will preach on it every single time because it allows you, similar to Sylvanas, to take advantage of these kind of situations. YYC gets God swapped out, but doesn't end up taking the death for it. Hook onto Copious Girth misses just barely. Here comes a fight of the game. Runamok has to defend this Immortal or get multiple kills if they don't get it. Everything onto ETC on Bubble. All this. But this is kind of the fight they're going for. Immortal will go down to the Malthael, but Malthael dead. 3 heroes up right now. YYC going to try and pick up a 3rd hero. Copious Girth gets Netherwinded. Is this a backdoor call? It might be. Varen gets nicely hooked. He goes down. Copious Girth goes down on Artanis. What is going to happen here? Daka burrows out. Rain burrows out. Aura going to try and burn through this entire everything. YYC takes a ton of damage. He'll come and devour minion. Nom nom nom. Oh, Rory puts a huge magic missile out. And now here comes the core. This is game. If they can't finish right here. But the fort's not down. The fort's not down. So they're going to have to Hearthstone. Runamok comes back. Hearthstones. If they had defended from the start, they might have been able to do it with the Windrunner Sylvanas, but instead, the Immortal 3, 4, 5 catapults, and the game. Game 3 goes to Ready Button. They will move on to the semifinals of Division B. Rain noticing the fort was still up. All of a sudden, the call came in. They're like, no. The core still would have been Immortal Immune. So I think with that fork coming up, if they noticed, heat of the battle, always very tough on those split-second calls. But I think the Immortal could have been taken out with that Windrunner Sylvanas. But nonetheless, harsh, but that's the way it goes. Great play out of both teams, though. That was a really, really solid play out of Runamok. I was very impressed by pretty much everybody. Really well done. Let me talk to Varen after this. But really well done. Ready button moves on. I'm 7th Ace. Thank you all very much for watching these quarterfinal games. I'll see you in the semifinals. Thanks for watching.